Just 80 kilometers from Vadodara in Gujarat is the city of Khambhat. Khambhat is an old town with a flourishing industry of agate grinding. Agate is an attractive stone that beautifies ornaments and jewelry. It has astrological significance of a long and a prosperous life. But what about the workers who give it shape and polish? At Shakkarpur near Khambhat, one often comes across such sights. These are the agate workers polishing the agate stone. The polishing and grinding technique has more or less been the same since years. But this old technique brings the workers directly in contact with the silica dust. Years of exposure to silica dust has rendered many workers to be the victim of silicosis. At Shakkarpur, almost every house has one or more of their family members succumb to silicosis. Lack of awareness about silicosis has entire family wiped out by this slow and degenerated disease. The silica dust rising from the agate grinding spreads in air and settles on the unsuspecting persons who are in the vicinity of the workplace. A silicosis victim is not the only one to suffer from the disease. As it strikes the wage earner of the family, it is often the family that also suffers along with the victim. An impoverished family is often unable to meet the medical expense of the treatment and are often forced to either sell their land or incur a debt. With time, even the relatives withdraw their support and the family members are left to fend for themselves. In such cases, the family members are vulnerable to exploitation. In many cases, due to lack of employment opportunities, the workers are forced to take the same job that has destroyed their family members. The families don't approve of the marriage alliance if the prospective son-in-law is an agate worker, because a silicosis victim often dies at a young age. There are a handful of organizations that are working for the silicosis victims and are committed to bring about a change in the scenario. In Gujarat, People's Training and Research Center (PTRC) is one such organization that has been working at the grassroots level amongst the agate workers of Khambhat region. For the past 2 decades, PTRC is spreading awareness about this deadly disease and handling cases that have helped change the government policies.
In last 20 years, because of our consistent efforts, Government of Gujarat Health Department has started diagnosis of silicosis at local level. Government of Gujarat came up with a scheme to pay relief of rupees 1 lakh to the victim families, and this whole industry was unorganized. So it has started moving from unorganized to organized sector slowly.
Thanks to the dedicated work of the organization, today many families have received compensation and are now guiding their life out of poverty. But is compensation answer to silicosis? Why is there no mechanism in place to stop this disease? Silicosis in today's time is a shame. Despite years of fight against this disease, it is still prevalent and continues to claim its victims. From ignoring silicosis to acknowledging the disease and paying out compensations by the government, the efforts of the organization has paved the way for the movement to progress. After years of crusade, the voices against silicosis are now heard loud and clear. Loud enough to take action and clear enough to empathize with the plight of the workers. But will the voices be heard to elicit any concrete and permanent action from the government? The question remains to be answered.